Hey folks, it's Billy DKY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be my UFC 112 predictions. We'll start off from the top fight, Anderson Silva versus Damian Maia. Basically, Damian Maia's been doing a little better on his striking. However, getting through Anderson Silva's striking to put him on the ground to do your jiu-jitsu, I mean, that is a huge test in itself, which Damian Maia obviously doesn't have the wrestling skills. However, I'm sure if he can get a hold of him, he may be able to do something. But even if you get him on the ground, there's no guarantees that you're going to submit Anderson Silva, even if you are Damian Maia. So, to me, this is a complete destruction of Damian Maia, even though I do think he does have a chance if he somehow gets it to the ground and whatnot. So I don't know. I wouldn't call it 80-20, but I'm gonna call it 70% Anderson Silva winning and 30% Damian Maia winning. I don't know. I don't see how he's gonna win it. He's not gonna outstrike him. He's not gonna out-wrestle him, I don't think. And even if he gets him on the ground, I'm not for sure. I'm going 80-20. 80% Anderson Silva and 20% Damian Maia. There's no way he's gonna win. I can't see it in my mind. It's hard to fathom. Okay. Next fight, BJ Penn versus Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar actually, obviously BJ Penn is the man at 155. There's no doubt about it. He showed dominance over everybody at that weight division. Plus, even at 170, he's done some dominant things. With that said, though, Frankie Edgar, in my opinion, does pose some of the bigger threats to BJ than anybody else. There is one person at 155 that's beat BJ back in the day, which was Jens Pulver. And basically, Jens Pulver's a good wrestler, has good good scrambling skills, and really, Frankie Edgar seems like that similar kind of guy. He's real slick wrestler. He's like I say, he's a real good scrambler. He's out-wrestled people like Tyson Griffin. He beat Sean Sherk. He did get beat by Greg Maynard, but, BJ's not going to wrestle with you per se, and I think he has he doesn't have a great chance of winning, but he does have a good chance of winning. I'm going to go 60-40 BJ. BJ has 60% chance of winning, and Frankie Edgar 40. I ain't counting Frankie out on that fight. I mean, Anderson Silva, Damian Maia, I'm counting Damian out already. I mean, prove me wrong, but that's my opinion on that. Frankie Edgar, it's intriguing. I'm not 100% certain BJ's gonna win. So anyway. Next fight. Matt Hughes versus Renzo Gracie. I mean, I like the Gracie. This Gracie, not the Hendo. But I mean, to me, in my mind, it's a close fight. I haven't seen enough of Renzo to know exactly what's going to happen. I seen him fight Frank Shamrock, but he got hit in the back of the head. I don't see that Renzo brings anything to the game that Matt Hughes hadn't seen before. The only question I really have in my mind is Matt Hughes is his motivation into it? Is he because he sort of look like he's over, you know what I mean? Or he's at least fading. But then Renzo's an older guy too, so I mean, he's probably not as, 100% with it like he probably was when he was younger either. And so basically, it's a real close battle in my mind. It's probably going to be one of the better fights tonight, I'm assuming. And so to call this fight, I'm going to have to go with the theory that I just put out in the, I think it's the last 111 post-fight commentary, that if it's a close battle, you pick the better wrestler, and Matt Hughes is the better wrestler by far. And the only way he's not the better wrestler is if he happens to just have faded over time, which I think he's faded, but I don't think he's faded that much. So I'm going to have to give the fight to Matt Hughes. It's going to be 55% Matt Hughes, 45% Renzo Gracie. And that's basically the way I see it going down. Until the next video, later, folks.